Hello, and welcome to Nonna's Kitchen. How are you? I know it's late. Where are my night owls? Hello, Lisa. Don't know if you can see that. I'm trying to move things around so people can see. Oh, hang on. Let me shut off my fan. I just made a new batch of caramel because hey Angela, welcome to Nonna's Kitchen. So I had someone ask me to make turtles. So I'm going to do that hopefully 2 ways, we'll see. I just made a batch of caramel. It takes a good 20 minutes. Well, cooking time 20 minutes. So it takes about 30 minutes to make caramel, keto caramel. So I'm using the last bit of my caramel sauce from earlier, and I'm going to show you how to make turtles or clusters, whichever you prefer. All right, so making sure you can see that. So I've kind of already set my most of my pecans up. You need 5, if you're gonna make it into turtles, you're gonna use 5 little pecans, and you're going to put 2 together like this. And then 1 on one side and 2 more at the bottom to just kind of make a little turtle shape, okay? So literally we're making turtles. Hey Tammy, how are you? Now I am probably not gonna have enough of my last week's caramel. We'll have to see if, because on the other side of the, hey Michelle, on the other side of the camera is the new caramel, but it is piping hot. And what happens with the caramel, the keto caramel, is that it thickens up. Look how nice that is. It does thicken up as it cools down. Hey Jerry, hey Pat, hey Paula. So I just have a little bit here, but it'll give you the idea. So on these, as you can see, I have created little turtles, okay? So we'll see how many this goes, because I'm going to add chocolate to that in just a second. So I just want to add just a little bit. Really, it's just connecting my little turtle. I heated this one back up so I could pour it easier. So my little turtle is getting covered. It's about a teaspoon, roughly, just on my little turtle. We're gonna see how many little turtles we can make right now. And it looks like we're gonna get about 5, maybe 6, maybe 6. This little guy, his little leg moved. I think we're gonna get 6. Okay. Now those need to cool down. Typically I would run downstairs, put it in the refrigerator. But for right now, I'm just gonna move it over out of my way so I can get the chocolate hot. So give me half a second. So I am going to, hey Sheila, Sheila, what are you doing online when you are having a phenomenal vacation? So I use Lily's, okay? And I have mixed this because I like dark and milk chocolate. So I have just added, hang on guys, because I don't measure very often, so I measure for you guys and you guys only. Okay, so I've just thrown 1/3 of a cup of mixed milk chocolate and dark chocolate. And I'm just gonna set that on a few seconds. And I am going to add to it some MTC oil. If you don't have MTC oil, it's okay. Add coconut oil. It's all right. Just want to heat that. Do not want to burn it. They melt pretty quickly. Again, we're making turtles because someone asked me to make turtles. Well, we may not be using the MTC oil because my house is so cold, it is solid. Hang on. Before, when I was younger, hey Nancy, we're making turtles. Before, when I was younger, I was always cold. Now, not so much. All right, yep, that took care of it. All right, so I'm just adding a little bit, we'll see, probably 2 teaspoons. I'm gonna mix and then add it back into the microwave just a little bit, heat it up. So what did you guys do today? We enjoyed our patio this evening. It was so fabulous out there. It was such a wonderful temperature. There was a nice breeze. We weren't being eaten up by bugs. Our grand dog is here. My daughter is in Knoxville, and they are from Maryland, but due to the situation, they're in Knoxville. And so my husband drove up and got our grand dog. All right, look how very nice, smooth, and creamy that is. All right, so now look at our turtles. Well, my poor turtles over here just moved, but let's do it this way. Okay. You can see they're setting up. So now we're going to add the chocolate to our turtles. Nancy, was it you that asked me to do the turtles or Wanda? All right, guys, and I'm just kind of smoothing the chocolate over the turtles. And then I will put this down in my refrigerator, and then tomorrow we will have turtles. Now I'm going to finish out the other turtles tonight, so that we have plenty of turtles. All right, then I'm taking a pinch of sea salt, and this is the Himalayan sea salt, and I'm just adding a little pinch of salt to the top. Not much, just a little. And there you have it as turtles. Now, hang on a second. Let's see if we can make the other. Not sure if this is going to be set up enough, so if not, then we won't be able to do it. This is our new batch. Guys, I have made this before for you guys. So the thing about this caramel is that it makes me crazy because I like to fool with my food. Like, I like to stir it. I like to interact with it. Hey, Tommy. But... so this is not ready yet. Okay, but I'm gonna make it ready in that I won't be able to add chocolate to it, but I can show you what we're gonna do and let it cool down and then deal with it. So if this was a little thicker, we would be able to do it right off the bat. But I can tell you what we're going to do. I just have a bowl of pecans. And I'm going to make these into clusters. How did I do the caramel? So I did a double batch. This is a double batch. This container was a single batch. And I can tag you, Nancy, on the recipe. But it's 4 ounces of butter that you let get brown. You put it on a low heat and just let it brown. It takes about 5 minutes. Then I added, well, let me tell you what I did tonight because I did a double batch because that's the way my brain is working. So tonight I did 8 ounces of butter and I let it brown. I did half a cup of monk fruit, half a cup of confectionery swerve, and put that into, after the butter was completely brown, put that in there and stirred it in, added a teaspoon of salt and a cup of heavy whipping cream, and then you kind of incorporate that and stir it up and make sure all the ingredients are well mixed. But then you put it on a low heat and you leave it for 20 minutes. So that's how I made my caramel, and I've made that before. And that recipe is out there on my stuff. So that's why I didn't, and plus again, it takes about 30 minutes total to do just the caramel. And so I was trying to get the turtles done tonight. And this is still pretty hot in my hand. But this will thicken up here in just a little bit. And so I'm going to go ahead and add some caramel. And I'm going to go ahead and stir that into my clusters. These are going to be just clusters. Okay? I did not chop these. These are straight from the bag. I could have chopped them to make it easier, I guess, but I just didn't want to do that. Turtles, hang on. Zana, here are the turtles we just made. They look like little turtles. And you buy them in the store in clusters. It's pecans, caramel, and then chocolate over the top. So, don't know why. I mean, that's just what I've known them for. And someone asked me to make them. I thought it was Nancy, but it could have been Wanda. So, anyway, I'm going to just put little clusters of these into my pan. And then I'm going to add chocolate to the top of these like this, and then that caramel is going to get hard, solidify, and then these will be little candies, little clusters of caramel and pecan. Okay, so there's a few, and I just have a little bit of this chocolate left, so let's see how much it'll cover of these. Now this time I want to make sure I'm completely covering them, okay, because we're not doing the turtle. So on these, I'm going to just make sure that all the pecans have chocolate. And again, guys, this will go down in my refrigerator downstairs, and then when they are completely cooled, I'll move them to a airtight storage. Okay, and then my husband, my sister tomorrow, I think we'll probably get together at the pool, hopefully. Oh, okay, Zana, I couldn't remember who asked me about it. And so there you go. I knew somebody I was talking to asked me. You just cannot imagine how many people I talk to in a day. And so I was trying to remember who asked me about it, and there's not enough chocolate to cover that little guy, but I will finish him off in just a little bit. Again, I'm going to top this off with a little salt. Guys, if you ask me about something, I will do my darndest to try to figure it out in keto and bring that to you, obviously. So, I am glad, Zana, that you came on, because I could not remember. Honestly, I thought, because Nancy and I talked both, throughout commenting and stuff like that. So, and then another lady I've been talking to, Wanda, and so I couldn't remember who exactly asked me about it. So I'm glad you came on. Hey, Karen. I promise, if you ask me, it may take me some time. It may not be quite as fast as your request, but I will try to figure out a recipe, look for a recipe, try it out. All right, so there you have the actual clusters. And again, after I get off from you guys, I will finish covering these with chocolate, but there you have it. Hey, that cream cheese pound cake is phenomenal, isn't it? So, yeah, that is such a great cake, especially if you're needing something to substitute, like for a birthday cake or something. And it's quick. It's really so easy to make. Yeah, and it's very moist. So it's a good recipe. All right, guys, so this caramel I will seal the remainder of this caramel. Actually, I have some more to make over there. But this goes in the refrigerator. It's fabulous and wonderful and decadent. If you like the keto ice cream or, something like that, you can pour this over it. This is great. Like if you want to mix, have a caramel coffee, you can do it like that. So there you have a little treat, either turtles or caramel clusters. There you go. I hope that you found value in this little snack tonight, this little dessert. Now remember, everything's in moderation, guys. Just because this is keto doesn't mean that my husband nor I could eat this entire batch. It is just a snack, and remember to eat that in moderation. But I hope that you found value. If you did, please share this out. Sharing is caring. Hey, Darla, what are you and Sheila doing on here other than you're not in bed? You are at the beach. Oh my gosh, thank you for joining me. I just made turtles. Let me show you the turtles. Guys, if you're catching me live, you'll see the live in the comment, up in the corner. If you would like to know when I go live, tap on my face and you will be able to turn on the notifications. And if you are catching me live, put a 1 in the comments. Tell me where you're coming from. If you are catching me on a replay, hashtag replay. And if you are catching me brand new, never seen me before, please put new in the comment. Darla, look at the little ones that look like turtles. I made turtles on here, and then on here I just did them in a cluster. So I'm going to finish these up after we get off of here. And Zana, I hope that you've enjoyed your request. I'm so glad that you were able to come on and see these and see how easy that. Again, the making the caramel is the longest part of this process. Hey, Kim, is the longest part of the process. But Once you put the ingredients in the pot, you leave it alone for 20 minutes. 20 minutes. You don't touch it, you don't stir it, you don't mess with it for 20 minutes. And that's the hardest thing for me to do. But it's, you know, you just have to wait. But now look, see how now that they are, so when we started with the clusters, it was very liquidy, but look how they're already starting to set up. So there you have that. Okay, guys, you are so welcome. Listen, you know, I say it all the time. If you guys will private message me and ask me, I will either find the recipe, figure out the recipe, or I will, you know, I'll figure it out some way, somehow. Okay, so one last time, how I made the caramel. This is a double batch. Let me kind of recap how I did that tonight. In a non-stick pan, I put 8 ounces of butter, and I let it melt and brown over a low heat. That takes about 5 to 7 minutes. At that point, I added half a cup of monk fruit, that's my favorite sweetener, and half a cup of the Splenda confectionery sugar. That's what I had on hand. Hi, Shirley. Hi, James. How are you? Well, I have almond milk and I have caramel milk. Not caramel milk, coconut milk. So, so I've added the half a cup of each of the sweeteners, 1 cup of heavy whipping cream, and about a teaspoon of salt. You mix that very well together so it's all incorporated, and then you just let it stay on a very low heat for 20 minutes. You do not stir it at all. Leave it be. If it breaks on you, if it starts separating, that means you've got the heat too high. It really needs to be at a low heat. Hey, Anna Grace, how's our Callaway? All right, guys. Anna Grace, just because you missed it, we did turtles tonight. Look at those little guys. And then we made it into clusters in case someone doesn't want to fool with making the little turtle guys. All right, you have a wonderful evening or night. Thank you for joining me in my kitchen. Remember, please share this out and tell me where you're from and if you're new. And I really welcome you into my kitchen. Bye, guys. Oh, Anna Grace, text me when you're here Wednesday.